Yeah. Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to talk about weeds and specifically edible weeds that you might find all over and that you might not have known that you can eat or consume. And all of these will also have some medicinal properties. So I hope you find it interesting and enlightening, and if you did, please like, subscribe, hit the bell so that you get the notifications for the next videos, and please share it as well. So let's get into it. So number one, dandelion. So dandelions, you can eat the roots and the leaves as well. The roots have also been used as a coffee substitute, so kind of like a kind of chicory. So the name here, the taxonomy, is a taraxacum officianale. So why dandelion? So dandelion is seen as a root. It's also seen as a pioneer species, meaning it comes up in places where not a lot of other things will come up, and it acts as a ground cover, and it will help to nourish the soil. So soil always wants to be covered. It wants to have something on it, because if it's uncovered, then it's going to be losing moisture, losing nutrients, and it's going to become dead. Soil is going to become desert. If soil is left uncovered, it becomes desert. So we always want to have something planted. So dandelion is seen as one of these pioneer species. So a lot of these weeds will be considered pioneer species, and they are also perennial, meaning they'll come again every single year. They don't just come, they're not annual, meaning just 1 year. They're perennial, they'll continue, they'll come back again the next year. So with dandelion, you can eat the roots and the leaves. It's a potent anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. It has high nutrients, especially your vitamins A, B, C, K, and E. It also has minerals such as silicon, calcium, iron. It has high iron. And it also helps to support your liver function. It can be used in a salad as well, the leaves. So I've talked about the roots. Can be used as a coffee, as a powder to add to a drink or a tea. And the leaves can be added into a salad. It also helps to control your blood glucose and your blood pressure as well, so to bring those down if they are too high. Then the next one that I'm going to talk about, number 2, is one that I really disliked as a child. So Blackjacks, also called the Biden's Pilosa. So I've seen this, I saw it for the first time a few months ago, that you actually get a powder of Biden's Pilosa, and it's really expensive. And I thought if I knew this as a child, I could have made a lot of money, because they were everywhere on the farm that I grew up on. So Blackjacks, we all know them as the things that stick to your clothing, and that's really annoying to get off. But they're actually edible and extremely nutritious. So they have a lot of vitamin A and E. They can also help to bring down your blood glucose and blood pressure. It's an anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. It helps to boost your cell regeneration, so your cellular replication. It also has a lot of protein, vitamin C, and iron. So that's interesting, because iron and vitamin C are working together in your body. Vitamin C helps to increase your iron absorption. So it's good to have these two together. And it's also been found to decrease cancer cell growth. So Blackjack is really, I want to call it a superfood, or a hidden medicinal plant that we usually see as a weed, and that grows in many different places. Then the third one, Nasturtium. Nasturtiums, I also grew up with this in the garden, and my mom used to give us the leaves when we had a stomach ache. So nasturtiums are also edible. They also grow quite readily, and all the different parts are edible. So it's antibacterial, anti-fungal, and it helps to increase your wound healing. So it stimulates red blood cell growth. It can also be used as a disinfectant, and it also has a lot of vitamin C. And it can be used as something that we call an expectorant. So an expectorant means it brings out the mucus. So when you have a cold or the flu, there's a mucus buildup and an infection in your mucus, and that's coming out. So we always want the mucus to be moving in your body. The lymphatic system needs to be moving to get rid of all the toxins and the waste products in your body. So if that's not moving, you can get a buildup and then you can get sick. So an expectorant will help remove and accelerate this elimination of mucus. So nasturtiums are good for that. Then the next one, number 4, burdock. So burdock is an Arctium species. So burdock is really good, especially the root. I've talked about it in another video that I made as well. It has many different functions, all of them so anti-fungal, antibacterial, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. So it's a really special plant that's really good, and it also grows readily. Usually the root stalks are used in this case. Then number 5, chickweed. So chickweed is a Stellaria media species, and it can be used in a pesto. So you can make it like a pesto, or as the same as dandelion, you can make it into or add it into a salad. So it's an antihistamine, an antibacterial, and an anti-inflammatory, and it's also good for your skin. So if you are worried about the wrinkle marks like I have here around your eyes, chickweed is good for your skin. Then number 6, Bedstraw or Cleavers. It's a Gallium species. So Gallium is the same as onions, if I remember correctly, or garlic. And it can also be used as a coffee substitute, and it's also been used as a treatment for a urinary tract infection. Urinary tract infection, and it also acts as a diuretic, so it gets rid of all the excess fluid in your body, which is a good thing. Then number 7, Clover, Trifolium species. So this is also a beneficial insect attractor, so it will attract beneficial insects to your garden. It can also be used as a ground cover, so it can be walked on a lot. And as I've said, it can also be considered a pioneer species, as a lot of these that I'm talking about can be. So it comes back to nourish the soil. So you can make a clover tea. It can be baked into cookies. It's also used to balance your hormones, especially red clover for hormone balancing. And it can also be used to treat colds and flu. So it's high in vitamin C, and it also then helps to increase your immune system and then your cellular replication. Then number 8, curly dock. So this is a rumex species, and it resembles buckwheat. So it's a family of the grass. So it's a kind of a grass species. It's a potent blood cleanser, so it helps your red blood cells replicate and clean and move. And then it will also support your liver, because it will help to eliminate waste products. It's similar to burdock, so it has a lot of the similar properties that burdock has. So it's also considered a weed, but it's a very beneficial weed. Then number 9, the mallow species of plants, Altea species. They are used as a cough remedy, so that's really beneficial. They were used to flavor marshmallow, so it has a subtle licorice flavor, and that soothes your throat. So if you have a cough, it can be used as a cough remedy, and it also helps to decrease your mucus, and it improves your digestion, helps your cellular regeneration, and it will help to just improve your system overall. And it can also be added as a salad green, as I said, with dandelion, nasturtiums, and something like chickweed. They can all be added to a salad. Then the last one, number 10, before I get to some of the bonus ones, is pineapple weed. It's a Matricaria discodia. It's a galactagogue, meaning it stimulates breast milk production, or just fluid production. So in a breastfeeding mother, galactagogue will help to increase and improve the milk flow and the breast milk production. It can also be used, or it was also used in the past as a sedative. So it calms. So it calms your system, it calms you down. It's also been used as an antispasmodic, a calmative. It repels insects if you plant it in your garden. And it can be used for intestinal worms. So these are 10 that we consider to be weeds. If you don't know what they look like or what they are, look in the description. I'll write all of them down with some of the functions, and you can go look at some pictures on Google. Then some bonus ones is purslane, stinging nettle that I've talked about previously. Stinging nettle is highly beneficial. Thistles, like milk thistle, is very beneficial for your liver. The violets, I've talked a little about clover. Violets are also in there, and sorrel. So they're also considered weeds, but they are extremely beneficial. Then I quickly want to talk about 3 things related to your mucus and your lungs. So to have a healthy mucosal system and healthy lungs, there are 3 things that help, 3 classes. One is a demulcent, an aromatic, and an expectorant. So I've talked about expectorants a little bit. So Nasturtium was an expectorant. There's another one, elecampane, mullein, and coltsfoot. Those are all expectorants which help to release the mucus and take away the mucus. So aromatics increase the movement in your lungs, and it will clear your nasal passages. So aniseed is good for this. Hyssop, garlic, ginger, and fenugreek. So those are good aromatics that will help the movement of your lungs and your nasal cavities. The demulcents help to also get rid of the excess mucus. So these would be like oats, plantains, and Irish moss. Sea moss can also do this, or can also be a demulcent. So it attracts things to it and then takes them out of your body. Then another one that's good for your lungs is corn silk and the hibiscus calyx, or an hibiscus tea. So these are also beneficial to your system. So those are the 10 medicinal weeds that you can find most places where you go. You can find them on the sidewalk. So check them out. Try them. Some of them are really delicious. Some of them are a little bit bitter, but if you add them to something else, it can be good as well. And let me know what you think in the comments. So as always, stay healthy, and to God be the glory.